Coming to you live from the Pensado Theater at the all-new SAE Los Angeles campus. Pensado's Place is brought to you by Vintage King, the Blackbird Academy, Audio Technica, Aftermaster, Isotope, Studio 202 DC, Avid, and The Recording Connection.
This duo is scorching hot. Together and separately, you are going to absolutely enjoy this. Dave's new ITL, primed and ready to roll. More updates on the Pensado Awards 2015. Hot, hot, hot. Let's get it on. You're at the place. It's Pensado's Place.
Yay! A mustard beat.
Absolutely, and some mustard harmonica.
Man, I can't wait. Hey guys, glad for hanging out with us today. It's gonna be a really great show today. It's gonna be inspirational and everything we're known for, right, Herm?
Or that's what they say. So we'll just try to keep up the bar.
It's good to see you, buddy. You haven't been out in a while.
Yes, listen, I saw sunlight for the touchdown today, and I hid. Like my skin color's changed.
I tell you what. Hey guys, I got inside info for you. We got some cool stuff coming up for you, right, Herm?
Yeah.
I hope my partner lives to see it, but it's going to be great.
I'm going to try to get there, so why don't we get to it?
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Good day, everyone. Happy to be with you. Really hope your week was good. Thank you for your continued likes and subscribes. It means a ton to us. Yeah. Also, our partners mean a ton to us. We thank them profusely. They are Vintage King, the Blackbird Academy, Audio Technica, Aftermaster, Isotope, Avid, Studio 202 DC, and The Recording Connection. Big ups for what you do on behalf of our audience and us. Chongor will be back next week. He is literally eating his way through Tokyo. I got texts of whale sashimi and full eel. I mean, it's just the most frightening. He may not look the same when he gets back here, but he'll be back here shortly. Couple of updates for the Pensado Awards 2015. Joining us, you want to be here. Joining us will be legendary Beastie Boys DJ Mixmaster Mike. This cat is just awesome on the tables. He'll be on stage for the whole show, and then at the after party, we'll have competing sets from him and Young Guru. They're going to go at each other. You don't want to miss that for the Into the Lair after party. And oh yeah, booty shall bump, mascara shall melt, don't you think?
I'm going to debut a couple dance moves too.
Oh, no question, and some mascara, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Whatever it takes.
I love your commitment. That's not all. Joining Chris Lord-Alge and Young Guru as co-hosts, the amazingly talented, absolutely gorgeous Sylvia Massey.
Yeah.
Don't let the pearls fool you. Do not let the pearls fool you. This lady flat out rocks. Dave, you know her well. Isn't this a great addition?
Sister. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, Sylvia's going to absolutely bring the noise.
I was afraid of Sylvia when she was my sister.
I was afraid when she was at the desk.
I know.
So
I meant that in a funny way. Sylvia's just a sweetheart.
And amazingly brilliant. Really, really talented. Our last co-host we're working on, coming up soon, we'll announce that. Also next week, we'll announce all the nominees, how you can vote. Our pro committee is growing each and every week. You can go to our website and see that. Great submissions coming in on the Unique Project Studio category. Keep it up. Remember, this is a picture and description submission. Send those to info@pensadosplace.tv. Same for the AIR Award. If you are a studio or a recording entity or a school, send your choice of best assistant, A, intern, I, or runner, R, to the same email. A short paragraph with a description. Send that to info@pensadosplace.tv right away if you would.
I've got a footnote.
Yes, sir.
Cole Nystrom, stop sending pictures of your studio. You cannot win. You work with us. You cannot win. Stop sending pictures of your studio.
But you know, it's not the picture of the studio. It's the fact that he takes his ponytail, ties it up like in a bun, and then sends a picture of himself like we won't know it.
Yeah.
It's not good, right? Yeah, don't do that, Cole.
Can't win.
When does all this goodness happen? Get out your calendar right now. It is Sunday, August 30th at the Sony Movie Lot in Culver City, California. If you're an enthusiast, you will have your own VIP reception in the Aftermaster Theater prior to the big show. You can experience 3D sound, Oculus software, virtual reality gear. Have one of your songs aftermastered. Get interviewed by Graham Cochran from Recording Revolution. Go viral at our internet booth. Have a cocktail, kibitz, chill out, and then get ready for the big show. We'll call you all, gather under the stars, and honor all you audio badasses who make the soundtracks of all our lives. After we do it up for the show, then we turn it up at the Into the Lair after party. We expect it's going to be a very fun Sunday night. We want you there. Dave and I want to say hello to all of you. Ladies, you know the request. Bring the heat, put the pressure on. I'm already getting reports of ladies buying new hot outfits and husbands having to come up with the credit cards and preparing to make the event sexy and classy. We love that. Men, don't take a second step on that. Swagger up, rock star up. This is where you stretch your stuff. Don't delay. This is the spot. For all the info, go to pensadoawards.com. There you can find information on Pro Committee, hosts, tickets, only $50 and going very fast. Plus lots more. Dave, what do you think? Is it coming together?
Absolutely.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I love how succinct you are.
I touched my face. Cindy's going to kill me.
No, she'll move in and do makeup.
I was trying to think of that Ice-T movie and the dancer. Was that Shaba? What was that dancer?
I don't know.
That's why I didn't want to interrupt the flow, but I guess I just did.
But it's okay. But I think we're going to have a fun night that Sunday night, don't you think?
I will.
Yeah, one way or the other, right? So look, guys, please join us. We want to see you there. PensadoAwards.com. Look it up. Come join us. It's going to be a great event. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to have fun for sure. I'll tell you why. Because one of the things Herb has brought to the space, by the space I'm meaning this thing audio that we love, is an awareness of how an award show should be us celebrating us, hanging out, enjoying each other's company, enjoying some music. It's a celebration of us, and I can't imagine any more fun than hanging out, talking gear, and
it's been great.
Seeing buddies you hadn't seen in a while. It's kind of replacing the old studio system where you saw your buddies at different studios during the year. Now you get to see them in one spot, and they look clean, they smell good.
They're dressed better. Absolutely.
But, thanks for doing that, because you spent a lot of time on that, making sure that it was an event that was worthy of the guys that are participating, and that includes the guy starting out and the guy at the top.
Absolutely.
Everybody's equal.
That's our theory. Our theory is there's no place on the planet that's silent. If you guys don't do your job, there is no other media. Mm-hmm. So we're going to celebrate. We take no second steps to other media ever, as long as Pensado's involved, ever. So this is for you. Get there. Mm-hmm. The pros want to hang with you. The enthusiasts want to hang with the pro. We're going to put it all together, make it a big old gumbo, and throw down. David P., you got an ITL for us?
The ITL this week is I'm showing you some drum tuning techniques that you might want to use on your samples. A lot of times we don't think about a sample, we just use it, but they should be tuned, so check it out. Hey guys, I'm going to show you some reasons and how to, not how so much because you know how to do that, but I want to emphasize the importance of tuning your drum samples. This is Sound Parlor again, my guys. Now, here's the drums we're trying to tune to. Now you probably should do this within the song itself, but I've already kind of got that in my head, so I'm just going to show you the nuts and bolts of it. Here's the drums. Okay, there's a note value in the boom right there. So check this out. Here's what I'm adding. Now, let's just solo our guys. Well, no, let's don't. So this is what I'm gonna do. So this one, that's all we're hearing. So, okay, that one feels good. This guy here is a little flat. feel it right there? Now this guy is a little sharp, feels like to me. Okay. And this is just a little tiny mid-range noise I showed you the other day. All together. Okay, now let's go back to 0. Remember that in your head. See, it's not so much like tuning an instrument as it is just getting the spaghetti sauce to just blend together nicely or something. I don't know. Everybody's going to do it differently. Everybody's going to have a different opinion about how you tune a drum. And you can't really tune a kick drum perfectly because think about a drum. You hit the drum, the stick hits the head or the beater hits the head of the drum. It pushes and stretches the head. So that means that head's going to have a tone. Now as that stretch dissipates, the drum's going to go a little flatter. So you get a do, that kind of sound. So you just do what feels right and what seems to fit the track of the song, and then key can be important, but some keys and some chord changes don't lend themselves to one tuning top to bottom. But you can get that detailed if you want to. Oh, let me show you something else. What I'm hearing. This is kind of cool. We were talking. If you remember part 18. I just made that number up. We were talking about this little tiny sound, and I showed it to you in a kick drum. I want to show it to you in a snare. Okay, that's a snare sound. Now check this out. I'm going to add that sound into this sound. It works in snares too. I don't know. That's a freebie. See you next time.
Our guest is absolutely on fire. He's so influential that actually Dave Pensado is now using the word ratchet as a regular part of his dialogue. We have stalked this guy forever. He's the architect of a sound and a really good guy. Welcome to our desk, finally, DJ Mustard. What's up, man?
Guys?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Fire away, David.
Okay, first of all, man, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. And
thanks for
being
having
part of this. I've admired your work for a long time.
Big fan.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming by. Mustard, so one of the things I'm curious about, someone that works at your level, such a high level, when you sit down to create a beat, are you thinking about anything down the road, like will this sound good in the club? Will this be good for a rap? Or if Fergie comes and sings on this, will it be cool? Or how's it going to sound on the radio? Or you just work? How do you start an idea?
I don't have a way to start it. It just happens. I think that I just go more so off of how I think it should sound and what I like, but more so what I think people would like more than what I like.
So once you hit that point, do you know, does like your instinct tell you, yeah, this feels about right, or do you test it with other folks?
It's almost like even if I have people working with me, the first 5 seconds I'll know.
Right away.
You know what I'm saying? If it's something in the beat that I think would be like good.
Yeah.
Most of the time when I'm doing beats and when I'm just starting from scratch and doing beats by myself, it's probably like 700 beats that I probably didn't.
Wow.
How do you know
when it's not gonna work? How do you know?
Because I don't know. It's
You
an
just
instinct when
know?
I first hear what I'm doing, even if it's just me. I just know, all right, this ain't it. I start on the beat and almost finish it, and then be like, oh, I don't really like this like that.
And then you just go on to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it be safe to say that's probably the biggest gift a producer could have, is knowing when something's good and when something's bad? Because if you don't know that, you can do a million beats and...
Yeah, that's the great part about being who I am. I feel like it's like a gift or something.
So
it is a gift.
Yeah, no question.
I think it is a gift.
So does your process always start with a beat and then go from there?
Nah.
Sometimes you might hear a melody.
Yeah, I might hear a melody that somebody else created, or I might start a melody, or I do a drum loop, or anything. Sometimes I just do drum loops and just have people come play on top of the drum loops, and that'll be a good way. And I can be like, you know what, I don't really like this one, I don't like that, and just because I can play, but it's not like I'm just can play all type of amazing like.
Right.
I can get it to sound how I want it to sound, and then have somebody come. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of producers don't really say that because I think they want everybody to think they do everything themselves.
Right.
It's kind of crazy.
You just unleashed one of the secrets that happens in this chair all the time, right?
Mustard, it seems like a lot of people that I admire and like their work started out as a DJ. Is there something about that process that tends to give a person an advantage when they sit down to create for themselves, having heard all that great music?
I think when you DJing, you gotta know BPMs. You gotta know what blends and what doesn't. Now they starting to blend with keys to songs. I don't know how they do that, but I'm old school, I guess you would say.
You're 25 years old.
Yeah, but
how old can you be?
I learned, you know what I'm saying? From
you started DJing at 11, though.
Yeah, I learned from like Impact Record Pool.
Oh man,
being there with my uncle and Foot, he passed away, but them dudes, you know what I'm saying, taught me.
I loved Foot.
Yeah, them dudes like taught me the fundamentals. So now when you DJing on, I don't know, like even like DJing on like crazy, I don't know what you would call them. Like it's not DJing on, Pioneers is almost like 1200s.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. It's you can almost DJ off a mouse now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like that.
I own a 1200.
Where?
I do. I own a 12. Yeah, I bought one when I first moved to LA. I'm not really sure why.
and he was ratchet on it too.
You know what? Don't make fun of me, Herb.
Okay.
I really wanted to be able to do that because I'm a guitar player, and I'd see people do it. There was a record pool in Atlanta called the Dixie Dance Kings, and they used to have these I'm making the show about me. Let me get back to you. Anyway, if I wanted to be a DJ, how long would it take me?
A long time.
Be kind.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Thank
I know
you,
BPMs.
You know what, I'm gonna put you here. Let me go over there.
That's not
Let you handle it. When you were doing, so what's interesting to me about that you started so young, because that's kind of when I was rolling through the business. So I knew a lot of I knew Foot.
Yeah.
Lil Silas Jr. was around there during that time period, and he and I spent a long time in A&R. What I found that those guys, and probably yourself learned, was when you're up, that kind of interaction with the crowd, between blending stuff and seeing what moves them and so forth, doesn't that kind of set in your DNA and you know what moves people?
Yeah, it's almost like it's like any sport or something. It's like playing basketball. When you're a kid, you're gonna always remember the fundamentals of playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what it was, just being around all those great DJs and my uncle being a DJ himself. That's just all we lived for. You know what I'm saying? So it just helped me a lot when I got to producing. It was just like I used my producing skills and stuff like that. I learned what XLRs are and RCAs and stuff like that from hooking up my amp racks and you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff. So I just used that with this to come hand in hand.
And when you were 11, you were actually going through crates. Like, did you have records or was on that transition?
I was like right at the end.
Oh, okay.
Right at the end of the. I don't think my uncle was even carrying crates no more. We went straight to CD Newmark 90s.
Oh,
I had the CD Newmark 90s. I was a beast on those. And then,
those were hard to, when they first came out.
I was a beast on those. I don't think nobody could see me on those still to this day.
You got on video on that?
I probably do. My uncle probably got it.
Yeah.
And then he always had these gold 1200, black and gold 1200. I think that was like limited edition or something that was hooked up with my grandma in the back of her house. And I just used to go over there and just, I just made it a point I just want to learn
Yeah.
the real. You know what I'm saying? And at that
absolutely.
time, it was crates in the back room.
Right.
So I just was learning. He had everything set up. He had MPCs set up. Well, I wasn't using those at the time, but at that time, I was using them 1200s while I was going out DJing on the CDJs. So I just learned both of them at the same time. And the Pioneer CDJs, they came after that. It was just almost easy because I already knew 1200.
So at that time, because now you're on the West Coast, you're a Dorsey High guy, right?
Yeah.
Spent your time there. Was NWA and the West Coast sort of sound happening at that time? What were your influences musically on the West Coast? Or were they West Coast influences or other things?
NWA was kind of not right at that time.
Okay. It hadn't really happened yet?
Excuse me. I think it was more so just, my era was just like clown dancing, Tommy the Clown.
Man, I
stuff
managed
like
Tommy
that.
the
So
Clown for like
that's
6
wild.
months.
Yeah, like Yin Yang Twins.
Yeah.
Lil Jon, E40.
Oh, okay.
Bass,
It's after that.
bass stuff, like a lot of the Bay Area.
Okay.
But a lot of DPG, a lot of Mac 10, Dub C, Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was doing their own thing at that time. I think Snoop was with No Limit at that time. So all that type of stuff.
He sure was. No limit to priority.
Yeah.
All those guys. Cube taught me how to do that.
To throw up the W.
The first time I did it like this. He had like a Coke or something in his mouth. He spit on my console because I didn't do that. It's like, how am I supposed to know?
You can't have that thumb up, man.
I'm from Ybor City. You don't.
Right. You are ratchet today, bro.
I am ratchet, man.
You are ratchet.
I'm not even rat. I haven't even got that far yet. What nowadays? What DAW are you using to create with? You kind of don't really care what you use, do you? You kind of use a lot.
I feel like once I told people what I was using, a lot of people ran to it and just devoured what I was doing. So I moved to another thing, and which now is I use Fruity Loops. I do a lot of analog stuff with other people that I know that like play, like Terrence Martin and Rance from 1500 or nothing, and Brody, he comes and play the bass and stuff like that. So I just try to just create music in a different way now. This is just new though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've done songs and songs are out now with different sounds, like probably like the last 5 songs that came out wasn't Reasons. So now it's like everything, I just use whatever I think or whatever I'm feeling at the time. I always stay loyal to my MPC though.
So what do you get from using the MPC that you can't get by, like, I guess it's the feel, right? The pads, having the pads, or is it the sound?
It's that. I'm just really quick on it, that too. And I think the sound of it is just way better than Reasons. I think Fruity Loops sound is better than all of them. But sometimes I'm lazy, so I don't like going in Fruity Loops and drawing all the 808s, and I would rather just play them and just get it to how I want it to hit.
Jason Joshua was on the show, and he was talking about how Fruity Loops does something with kick drums that you just can't get any other way.
Nowhere else.
There's something kind of fatness that they can. I guess it's kind of like a 1200 turntable, and on 1200 SP 1200 drum machine, they had some kind of little.
Yeah, it's something they got in Fruity Loops that you can't duplicate.
Does it make it fatter?
It just make it hit. I don't know what
it is. It's
I don't
just
know
good.
what it is. It's just the best I've heard. It's just like you could just. I don't even have to get my beats mixed. I feel.
No joke. It's that
Fruity Loops,
good.
you
Oh,
can
don't wait a minute, man. Be careful there. Be careful there,
That's
Mustard.
Jason, man. Jason will tell you. James, he knows. Like,
Well, I mean, I gotta defend my buddy Jason.
no, Jason he's one of the greatest. He knows how to make it hit harder than that. So does James.
Okay, there you go.
They
I'll
both
accept
know.
that.
Yeah,
But you
but
do
I'm
need a
saying like
mixer.
for up and coming dudes that don't have
Right.
Jasons and James and guys like yourself, they don't have that. You can get away with getting off from Fruity Loops.
I'm teasing, but I really believe you. In fact, just for you guys, use what you've got. Learn it inside and out. A lot of cats that I know coming up, I'm sure that Mustard will say this. Sometimes it's better to master just the one little thing you have and know everything about it than it is to feel inferior because you don't have one of everything. And nothing can hold you back but your own ambition and creativity. And I think this guy over here is a testament to that, right, Mustard?
Of course.
I mean, you had a lot of disadvantages and you beat them all.
Yeah.
So hold up the chain a little bit. The number 10, it has a special significance for you. Explain the name. 10 Summers was your first. Was it the first mixtape? I think.
My first, like, I don't like calling it an album because it was just digital and it wasn't like hard copies and nothing like that. But it's my first digital album, and I got it from just I said it on the song or something. I think I said it when I was hosting mixtapes, like, we're gonna be around for the next 10 summers. And I thought about it like, I want to be around longer than 10 summers. Then I started telling people that we're gonna be around for the next 10 summers at the least. And it
So
stuck.
how many you got left? 7?
We got 100.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Ain't no stopping.
Yeah.
So hits happen, phone starts to ring.
Yeah.
When you sort through things that you want to do, is it based on, because producers make decisions based on different things. Sometimes the quality of the project, sometimes dollars, sometimes inspiration. What do you choose from when you make a decision?
I've never had that problem. I don't choose. I do everything.
I got you.
I don't choose the bigger artists. I just do whatever.
Yeah.
Like years ago, and this is no disrespect, but years ago nobody knew Tinashe.
Right.
Nobody knew a lot of people that nobody knew T-Fly.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? They knew them in their cities,
Right.
but nobody knew these people you know what I'm saying? And it didn't matter to me that nobody knew them. I thought they were talented. I think they're still talented, but I like breaking people. I like bringing people back. I like doing a song with somebody that people think fell off and can't come back, and then they come back, and then I look like the hero.
See, he's like us. He's competitive. You're competitive.
Yeah.
That's a sports thing. Like,
Yeah.
So we tell people all the time, don't get it twisted. We'll dunk on you.
Yeah,
We'll
for
come
sure.
up. We'll dunk on you. The small world. Do you talk to Tanisha ever?
Tinashe, yeah, I was just in London with her.
So tell her that back in the day, I used to work with her when she was in the Stunners.
Word.
Yeah.
She was in the group, right?
Yeah,
crazy.
and when they came in on audition, they asked me to come watch it, and the people who asked me to come there, which were the producers of Biggest Loser, weird story, and I leaned over to them and I said, "They're cool, but she is an absolute star.
That's crazy.
She stood out. So pass the message along to her.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
hello. Do people ask you to stay in a specific genre, or are you getting asked to do all kinds of different things?
People ask me to do do the ratchet thing, but I do everything, man. I got ear for everything. I didn't DJ bar mitzvahs. I didn't DJ quinceañeras.
There you go.
I didn't DJ everything you could possibly think of. I DJ for the mayor. I DJ everything, so I feel like I know all types of music. I've been listening to music since I was a little kid, so I feel like I know a lot of the.
And doesn't it keep you fresh, like doing interesting stuff, and you find other things? And it'd be boring to be just in one thing, right?
Yeah, I want to do everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to do just one.
Right. Ratchet, what you got?
I just lost my train of thought. Hey, man, all I can say to you is IDFWU.
Okay, I'm just
But
gonna
I
let that
F
breathe.
with him, so I'm going to ask him a question.
Okay, cool.
On the Big Sean song.
I'll get the F out of the way.
That was a smooth transition, right? That was pretty good. On the Big Sean song by the same name, can we talk about that for a little bit? Because I love what you did on that. It seems to me like that's a song that really exemplifies a lot of who you are and how you approach music. So on that song, the groove. Let's talk about the groove. You set me up with a little snap sound, a little clap sound. Not too big, not too little, but you give me that make my head do this.
Yeah.
But then you come in with some percussion, hi-hats, and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Break down the beat. Like, is that how do you?
It really is just like, it was like a vibe, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think the song was gonna be what it was. That was I don't know why. When I was in the studio with Sean, it was more so like we was just working. It wasn't like we trying to make a hit, and it's never like that. The bass line was real catchy, you know what I'm saying? Before Kanye and Key Wayne and I think who else? Key Wayne, Kanye, and It's one more person. Before they touched it, Dahi. Before Dahi touched it and they all touched it, it was just the bass line, the synth that's on there. Or it's like bells or something. Yeah, like the piano synth that was on there. And
let me stop you. The way you use that little piano sound, you've used it before.
Yeah, it's always.
What are you trying to accomplish with that? To me, it gave it almost a movie kind of feel, those eerie scenes in a movie.
I always tell people, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I always tell producers or anybody that comes in that works with me and stuff like that, that when you do keys and stuff like that, I like them to sound dark. Everything else is going to sound happy, regardless. As long as them keys sound dark or like you sound like you riding through a movie when you hear that. So I think that's the way I like stuff.
And see, his production, to me, when I hear it, what I like about that, now I understand it, is those dark keys always create tension in what you do. So like the funk is sick, and then you add tension on that, and that actually comes off as almost funkier. And then you're going someplace, and you just kind of ride. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
And then you add drums and hi-hats, and you got to bounce now.
Yeah. On that song, what came first to you as an idea
I think we had the bass line first. The bass line was the first thing.
Bass line. What can you tell me what you used to
play
the bass?
I want to say that was, it might have been Logic.
Okay.
Or Reasons. I don't remember. It was probably one or the other. And then the keys definitely came out of Logic. It was Logic. The bass line was from Logic. The keys was from Logic. All the drums.
Did the bass line just come to you, or was it something you had in your head for a minute?
Nah, somebody else actually did that. And when they brought it to me, it was just like, okay, I feel like we could change a note. You know what I'm saying? We can make this note better. Or we can make this better. You know what I'm saying? And then the keys, I want to say somebody else did that. One of like the people that was involved. And when they did the keys, it was like more so make it dark. You know what I'm saying? And then the percussion was just me. You know what I'm saying? So when you come with that, it's like I'm not afraid to produce with other people. I'm not selfish. I want it to be, if I can get it done with 3 people and it's a masterpiece, I would rather do that than do it by myself and it don't come out how it's supposed to come out.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, it was a team effort. And then when Kanye and I was more so just happy that Kanye did something on my record, and we all, you know what I'm saying, could come together and wasn't no egos at the time.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't no egos.
How involved are you in terms of the top line, the raps and the vocals and the singing?
I kind of let the artists do them. I don't really interfere unless I hear something just like absurd,
not right.
crazy. I'll be like, all right, no.
But you're in the room a lot of times?
Yeah, I'm in the room, but sometimes when I am in sessions, I'll like walk out and just go get on my computer, figure out something that I could be doing, or probably take a nap or something, and just come back and be like, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On L.A. Love, the song you did with Fergie, how did that come about?
I think I was upstairs in the studio with Omarion, and that's when we did the Supposed to Be record with him. Okay. And I walked downstairs, and her people was there. Like, yo, Fergie want to work with him? I'm down. I'll be here tomorrow. She came through. She was real cool. And after that, we did more than one record though. And that L.A. Love, she was like, I love this record. I really love the record. I'm like, all right, cool. And my artist actually wrote some of the record with Rock City. And that record came out like that. I was there the whole process of that. I didn't walk out or nothing.
So at this stage of the game, are there writers that you like working with, that you have a groove with?
Yeah, I like writing. I like Rock City. And I like, what's this new dude, man? He not new. He probably new to me, just new to me. I can't remember his name though, right off the top. He just wrote a record from an artist, Justine Scott. It's called You, and he's hard. There's a lot of writers. T-Fly is a great writer. Ty is a great writer. So I like writing. I got my own little pack.
I was wondering. And then you also, it sounds like you like developing artists as well too.
Yeah, definitely. I got a record label now. So
yeah, is that through the Republic?
No, mine's Universal with Lucian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm with.
Start at the top and stay at the top.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I'm with everybody. I'm with whoever I want to do it.
That label's called 40 Summers.
Yeah,
I would call it endless summers. It ain't gonna stop. It never gonna stop.
Yeah, sure. Glad I ain't that for our Latin friends.
Thank you very much for that. So, on the artist side, my guess is, you tell me if I'm right, it's just got to hit you right between the performance and the performance ability, skills, vocals.
I just look for new, like LA right now is just copy. Yeah, it's no heart right now. It's no like comp. It's just one person can come with a hit and then everybody wants to do the same thing. So my thing is, when you come with me, I want to be the dude that's like, okay, we've been seeing this guy, whoever this rapper is, we've been seeing him this whole time, and Mustard just ended up dealing with him, and now everybody wants to deal. You know, like I want to be the first.
You're the breakthrough kid.
Yeah, I want to be the breakthrough. Like you got to come through. When you come through me, then everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's people out here that people just looking at and sleeping on them because they not doing what everybody else is doing. I want the people that's not doing what everybody else is doing. I want to innovate. I want to be like the best. I don't want to be a copycat. I'm a trendsetter.
What when you do meet an artist, what tends to grab your attention first? Their writing skills, just them as like some artists seem to be a star and some don't when you see them.
I'm more so like, I'm like hood. You know what I'm saying? I like the hood rappers. I like that. I want people to talk about something that's real. I don't want to hear you talking about millions of dollars and you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to hear your story, your struggle, and stuff like that. So the people that I don't have that many people that I work with, but I got an incredible artist. His name is Royce. His rap name is Choice. I got RJ. He's like on fire in the street. He's like a Snoop to me. And then we got like Draco, and he's like a Gucci man, but like better to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say better because Gucci man is who he is, but he's like a LA version. You know what I'm saying? Just new. It's like a fresh new sound, and it's like it's nothing nobody's ever. Well, we've heard it from back in the day, but it's like to me, it's like the new generation of that. It's not just, okay, we doing this because Mustard did it.
Are you finding most of them in LA?
Yeah, they are from LA. Well, Choice is from Seattle.
Okay.
But he's
down
like,
here.
Yeah, he's here with us.
Yeah.
Could you write a top 10 song without drums?
I think so. Can I use a sub? Can I use like a synth sub?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you can.
No, it just has to be a top line, keyboards. That's it.
I think so.
All right, bring out the rig. Let's do that right now.
I think it's possible.
I believe him.
Oh, I do too.
Because he's got a sense of melody.
Oh, I think listen, somebody this competitive and particularly spend all that time when he's young with an audience, you don't bet against that kind of guy. Yeah, no question.
I need your help with something, okay? There's a lot of people out there that don't know when you describe your music. Not being serious. This is a legitimate question. It's right there. See?
I see it.
That don't know. We have a lot of people that listen to rock. That will listen to what you're saying because they feel they can learn something from you too. But explain ratchet music and how that term came to be and how you've adopted it in terms of your what you call your stuff.
I think a lot of people got it misunderstood. Ratchet is just something that me and YG got from Lil Boosie. That's something they made up. We didn't make that up. We didn't start ratchet. We didn't start that. But I think it was more so me and YG was that I was making these beats, and these beats was allowing him to talk about all type of shit that wasn't like that wasn't supposed to be talked about, like just reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what ratchet was to us, and just being ghetto and just being in the hood talking about stuff that's going on in the hood was ratchet to us. You know what I'm saying? The beats was just, I don't know. I think people just connected them and was like, okay, this is the ratchet. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't never, I don't think it was ever like, we planned on being like, this is the ratchet sound. We just was doing music. We just was trying to be like Dre's and Snoop's. It wasn't about, and Pox. It wasn't about like, okay, we're going to start a movement and it's going to be the ratchet one, because there's no dance to this. You know what I'm saying? How they got the snap movement or the Dougie movement. There's no dance to ratchet. Nobody still hasn't found the dance shit.
That speaks to the power of it. Because I think, because it didn't have an intention on it and it was just pure, that people accepted it and they made it something for them. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you try to do something, you miss.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes you just got to let it come out of your artistic place, right?
Exactly.
That's amazing because you're right. There is no signature to it other than the music that you all make.
Yeah.
You know
I think I could dance to it.
I actually have you on tape doing it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Buster, I thought we were friends, man. You've laughed at me 4 or 5 times already,
Yeah,
buddy.
I
Come on,
dancing
man.
Well, it's
around.
the combination of the snap and the W.
You know,
that
Jason's
you
gonna
turn
watch
into.
this. Don't embarrass me, man.
Why don't you show us one of the moves?
Oh man.
Oh, have you seen Jason do the what's the guy from Cosby Show?
I know you're talking about.
That weird, Jason can do that perfect. Ask him, and next time you see him.
Definitely gonna make him do it now.
On a serious note, finally, we talked about this earlier. If you can give some advice to a 12-year-old version of yourself that's just kind of,
That's all right.
oh, tell Beyonce I'll get back to her.
And tell Jay-Z same thing.
Tell a young version of you, a cat that's watching this and trying to start out, how they should, in today's world it's a little different. Mixtapes were a technique that worked a little better in the past. They're slowing down a little bit. Give a young kid, a 12-year-old mustard, a pathway and some inspiration on how to get started in the game.
I would just say do you, man. I just did me.
Love that.
I was with my friends. We was in the same house, living together. Like, I'm talking about literally sleeping. I was sleeping in the garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was just doing us. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody come in and tell you to do this. Because, you know, a lot of times with these record labels, they get somebody and you'll get a hit off of just something you doing with your friends, and you'll come in and then they'll just change your whole thing and you'll fail. It's really about just doing you and staying with it. And what producers don't understand is all you need is one record.
Right.
You just need one record. If you get one record and can be consistent after that, you can be a great. But if you don't, and you get this money that you think is worth something that it's not, then you can fall in that category where everybody just get one record and then be like, okay, I'm on now, and you're not.
Right.
That money's not gonna last forever.
Should you find someone that has some talent? Like if you're a producer, should you find someone that you think has talent as a rapper maybe that no one knows yet, and work together with that person and try and create some beats, then put out a mixtape with that one person? And
I think most definitely that's what you should do, but a lot of times it gotta be organic, I think. If you're not even doing music and you just wanna do music, I guess you gotta get lucky. I don't know.
I think
it's just, it's like if you're doing music and your friends doing music and you guys are all doing music, everybody's gonna want to be good at it. Just like if I was hosting this show with you guys, we would all be in competition to be the best. You know what I'm saying? So
well, you
I
clearly win. You've seen me today.
I think, you know, it's just it's like challenges. It's like being with your friends and y'all doing the same thing. If you hang around 10 millionaires, you'll be the 11th. I guess that's the saying or whatever. But I think that's it. I don't think it's like
100%.
Yeah.
See, I think what people miss is that you need to be driven.
Yeah.
You need to care about it.
Exactly.
I used to tell people that it's a gift to be able to affect pop culture. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're not serious about it, then get out of the way and let other people are serious about it.
Because it's a million people.
Because somebody's gonna dunk on you.
Yeah, it's a million people. If you're doing something, if I'm with a team of people and we getting these records done, you want it as much as your friend wants it, because if you don't, then your friend is gonna start feeling, okay, well, I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe I get somebody that want it as much as me.
A million
then
times.
So.
Yeah, you're all right, man. Let's see. He's competitive. We're competitive. I think we should throw a batter's box up here and see. I have a feeling you might get dusted a bit, but
You think? I'm 0 for 230.
let's roll batter's box, and here we go.
Are you ready, Mustard? Bass.
Move.
Ooh, nice.
Snaps.
MPC.
Loops. Not fruity.
Loops.
I get a point for that.
You did.
Loops. Vengeance.
Synths.
Nexus.
Plugins.
VSTs.
808.
MPC.
Hi-hat.
MPC.
If your studio caught fire besides James, what piece of gear would you drag out?
My drives, every single one of them.
All right, yeah.
Rappers.
Drake,
DJs.
Jam Master J.
Mixtape.
Just read that.
I'd have said Ketchup, but that's just me.
Well, but he's heard that joke about 400.
No, that's his mixtape.
No, I know that. I know that. But
That's a great
that was
mixtape.
right.
I lost.
Well,
That was pretty amazing, man.
well,
Come
the
on,
thing
man.
The thing with this is bat speed.
He was
His bat
fast. I
speed
think
was
that
so
was the
fast.
fastest answers we've
Listen,
ever
he went
had
to
on the
Dorsey.
show.
You don't understand the kind of athletes that were at Dorsey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're serious. They were serious athletes at Dorsey.
Man, thanks for playing along, Mustard.
No problem.
So I think would be a good point is let's add his friend and our friend James Royo to the table. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. We get to put this duo on steroids. James Royo joins us. James works with Mustard as his engineer, another supremely talented guy who has his own stuff going on. So we're going to do our best to embarrass him now that he's joined us at the table. James, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
How are you?
James, my man.
So James came 2 weeks ago, scouted us out, tested everything, tested the water. He wasn't going to have his man come into the wrong situation. We passed the test.
Definitely, man.
All right, cool,
Definitely.
cool.
We got South Florida in the house
Yeah,
today.
between you two, right?
5'4".
And what's my Leandro? You got me saying Hidalgo.
Hidalgo. Absolutely. So, man, you come out here. You've been out here 3.5, almost 4 years from South Florida, right?
Yep.
How did this union come together? How does it work?
I mean, we met at a studio in Burbank called Boom Boom Room.
Sure.
Shout out to Ed
Absolutely.
over there. I came out here. I just got put in a session last minute with a Diddy session. Actually, shout out Matt, his engineer, which he made that possible. And I got to know the studio manager. I told him I just moved out here. Whatever you need, please call. I'm not saying I'm desperate, but I didn't know anybody, so
Right.
I was pretty desperate.
Yeah.
So
I know, I was there.
yeah,
Desperate words. We all
yeah, I was
do.
pretty desperate, I guess. So whatever, I got a call randomly just to come work with Mustard and YG, and I just remember I think YG came in and went straight to sleep, and Mustard just came in and started making beats, and they just got off some tour at the time, and they were just cool guys, man, and I like them as people,
Right.
and their stuff hadn't really blown up on the East Coast yet. They had a couple records that they would spin, so I was familiar. Rack City was really the big one.
Sure.
And but they weren't crazy how they are now. So it's these guys were just cool, and I got along with them as people. And then we had similar tastes in music as well.
Right.
I understood their music kind of I was trying to at least, you know.
What's, in terms of your responsibilities for Mustard, what's the most difficult thing that you have to do for Mustard, other than stay awake for 6 days in a row?
Yeah. I don't know. It's not really that hard, man. It's fun, man. We just have fun, and like you said, the music's always been organic, so that's a big part of it. You know, people just come by and basically just have a good time and make music at the same time.
Do you guys work, and then he leaves and lets you dump it into Pro Tools? Do the sessions end up ultimately in Pro Tools after you're done?
All the sessions always end up in Pro Tools, whether it be Fruity Loops they were started, MPC, or musicians playing, recording straight into Pro Tools. So they do end up in Pro Tools always.
How does that process work?
For instance, if we start a beat in Fruity Loops, if we start a beat in Fruity Loops, somebody plays some keys or something, we'll probably record it in there, or record it direct in. It depends on the musician or whoever's playing. We might just get those stems, put that in in Pro Tools. Before we even do that, Mustard will already have a drum loop going at the same tempo as the Fruity Loops. So we'll record those in direct out into the Pro Tools, and then import the music at the same time. Do some arranging in there. A mix, basically mix it, make it sound best as possible, and master it as well. All our beats are mastered and stuff.
Now you gonna give a shout out to this big hit record you got right now?
Oh man, yeah. The Lean On you talking about?
Yeah.
you know, that was a amazing opportunity that was presented to me from Mustard's. So it's good to have cool friends. They can make it happen for you. I mean, Mustard's publisher basically introduced me to Diplo, the producer of this record. And, you know, he reached out, he said he wanted me to mix it, and I was more than happy to do it.
And that was a good move.
Yeah, it was. It ended up being a great song. It's a big
Did you get to
worldwide
meet
song.
DJ Snake?
No, I didn't get to meet any of those guys, actually. They just sent me the...
Sent you the file.
Yeah, they, you know, they
wasn't there when Snake came to the studio?
No, I wasn't there that time. So I've never met Snake or Diplo or anything, but they sent the files. It was like stems. You know, I'm assuming they worked in Ableton. A lot of stuff was stemmed together already. There was like a main drum loop that's like the only thing I had to like take apart, because it was just, the snare was just a little too loud in there. So I just took the snare out.
Why is it the dance guys give us just all the drums on 2 tracks? I think they don't trust us or something.
Well, I mean, he had the kick and stuff separated, but there's like a main loop that was just like damn near the heart of the song. That and the little vocal sample in the hook is really, I felt like, the heart of the song.
This might be, if this is a bad question, don't answer it. But on that particular song, I'm noticing that you're using a lot of reverbs for what people would think would be correct for that song. Did you use on Mustard stuff? Mustard's not afraid of an effect here or there either. Did you use some of the same reverbs on both, or did you create something different?
No, I typically use the same reverbs all the time. It's what I like, you know, and that's D-verb. And I like the EMT 140 from UAD. That's a great plugin. I use that on the vocals of that song. And then a lot of the sounds coming from Mustard and other producers are already printed in. And then I'm a big fan of compressing the music and just whatever you got to do, compressing, distorting, making it sound cool and big and loud and intense. A lot of times that's going to bring those reverbs that's already printed in there is going to bring it up.
Bring 'em up.
And if it sounds good, that's fine. And nothing wrong with that.
Did the solo part, you know, the part that I'm talking about, that
Like the bridge.
solo around 2:30, into
okay.
the song. What did you put on that? That's a great sound.
Again, I'm sure there was a lot of effects already printed. I basically, probably that sound, I probably added like a Dimension D chorusing thing, plug in from UAD. And then I just probably added a lot of EQ, like just boosting the highs a lot, because when I first submitted the mix to them, it was like just kind of chill. They're like, we want this thing to be like crazy. Like this is the solo right here. It was like a guitar solo damn near. So I was like, all right, boom, boost up 2-3K, top end boosting with like UAD plugins and stuff like that. And probably a little distortion on there too, maybe Decapitator or something like that.
So question for you. So you're coming in, did they, at Boom Boom Room, did they recommend him? Is that why you took the shot? Because it was coming from somebody you trusted?
I think I just didn't know anything about that. At that time, I was so fresh and new in the game. I just was doing shit.
Right.
I was just,
come on, man, let's roll.
Yeah, I just was like, you cool, come on, let's go.
Right.
That seems to be,
funny how that's
who
magic
you are,
happens.
because you've done that.
Yeah.
A lot of people
I
in
do
your
that
life
with
have done.
people that's anybody almost.
He's like that too. You know, something you give it a shot, see what happens.
I give
and build
anybody
from
a
there.
shot. I don't give a fuck. I give anybody a shot.
Well, you know, we believe a lot in that you pay it forward. Like, you know, if you get a chance to get on, why would you hold that from somebody else to get on? Somebody put us on.
Exactly.
And we still live that to this day at the stage that we're at. We're still, you know, that's really what we think the show is. Come on, let us, you know, like when we talked a couple weeks ago, I was like, no, you coming on the show because you a bad boy. So, you know.
James, when you were working on Lean On, it felt like you panned things a little wider than when you're working with Mustard. Was that an intentional thing? Were you trying to create a different space than, say, when you work with Mustard? I noticed with Mustard you keep things pretty tight in your face, and on Lean On it felt like you took the liberty of making, like, the backgrounds are really wide on that song.
Yeah, a lot of that was like a CLA effects that they printed on and sent to me, and it was already wide. What I did on that particular mix, like, I usually just take off all the plugins on the master fader and send that to mastering. Where this one, I left on the tape machine plugin and I left on the ozone with the widening. So maybe when they mastered it, they probably widened it even more. I just wanted to lock in I had an EQ, and then the widening. I want to make sure I lock that in so the mastering guy it's already for him.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but
do it anyways.
one of the questions I get a lot is, how do you make 808s work with regular basses? How do you make an 808 work? And how do you what's your philosophy on how to make an 808 work?
Well, you can never layer low end frequencies for any reason, in my opinion. Like it won't work. So if you have an 808 and you got a bass, you gotta make sure either you filter out the low end. Of course, every 808 is different. Some are super low, 20 hertz, 30 hertz. Some are 80 hertz, 100, like the resonance or whatever. So you kind of gotta figure that out and then filter off some of the low end. If you take off too much low end, it's gonna sound filtered and thin. So you wanna just touch a little bit with that, and then a lot of it comes from like a C6 side chaining, where when the kick and hits and the 808 hits, the low end of the bass will come down. You know.
Okay. And on Lean On, there's like this. You know what I'm talking about? That what is that low sound? Was that
That's
a
like a
synth?
bass. I think it's like a bass synth. It's like a bass synth kind of, or it's really like an 808 actually.
But it never stops.
But it's not an 808. It's
Yeah.
like supposed to be an 808, but it's a bass. You know what I'm saying? So that's really all that was.
Did you touch it or did it?
Yeah, I definitely put some stuff on there. I think I put our bass on there.
I'm hearing some saturation or something.
Yeah, definitely. I think I use NLS channel.
We're talking to a bunch of people who look up to you guys. The future, is it about grinding and keeping to who you are and keeping your own vision? What do you think?
I definitely think so.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, I mean, Mustard has shown me a new definition to the word grind. You know, I thought I went hard until I met this guy, and he showed me how to do it. Really, you know what I'm saying? And he gave me the confidence to be like, "You got this, bro. You can mix with the best of them." And then you know that's the thing that a lot of young guys probably don't get is working closely with somebody that's just doing what they want to be doing, and it just helps, you know, to know that you do got it. You know what I mean? You got to just prove yourself.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, that was an incredibly important thing for me. I had no idea if I should keep going, if I was good. I was a little older than everybody else. And a couple of guys that came around and said, "Hey, man, you can do this. You're not that bad." That meant everything to me.
And that will always be the way it is in the industry. That's why it's important for us to be responsible, because so many people don't do it. You know, we go around, we speak to kids all the time and so on and so forth. If you guys schedule ever permits and we're
Hold on,
doing
he's
something.
writing a song right now.
I can see
I can tell it.
I saw it moving.
I think I just get like.
He's trying to co-write with you, trying to get some.
I was going to ask for co-write. I want publishing.
No. I'll talk to Jay. We'll work that out. Who is your publisher, by the way?
Ron Perry Songz.
Oh yeah, cool. When we go around and talk to kids, it's one thing when we're there and they like the show and so forth, but it's another thing if we give them a chance to meet guys like yourself. So if your schedule permits and we're talking to some kids, can we grab you, come sit down and talk to them?
Most definitely.
That's huge for them.
Yeah.
That changes lives, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of the gift I think we have to have. Such a pleasure.
Thank you, my
Ain't
brother.
gonna be the last time.
Yeah,
thank you,
thank
man.
you,
We
thank
hooked up
you.
from the beginning.
Thank
Dave,
you.
take us home, man.
I was talking a little bit earlier today, and it's not always the case when you meet somebody that you admire and have admired from afar and know their music and like their music. They don't always turn out to be cool, and that's okay. But in this case, a couple of people to my left, to the Herb's left, turned out to be really cool, and that makes my day. You don't have to be a jerk to win. You don't have to be anything other than what you are to win. And I think that Mustard and James have pretty clearly shown us that that's the correct path. Check it out. We'll see you next time.
See y'all.